Today, we're going to take a look at 15 singles from the newest set of Twilight Masquerade for the Scarlet and Violet era, and we're going to take a look at the most valuable ones, and we're going to see what their values were at pre-release, where they are now, their highs and lows, as brief as that may be, and best yet, we're going to make some predictions as to where these cards might go. Some of them could continue to go up, and some of them could continue to fall down, and some might stay exactly where they are. Let's take a look at this list right now.
Number 15 on this list is the Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. This is the hyper rare, aka the gold card. It's a pretty standard gold card. It's pretty nice. Features Ursaluna here, standing up, looking all menacing, surrounded by a whimsical background. It's a pretty nice card, but like I said, it's a standard gold card. So whether you like that or not is completely subjective. But on May 8th, which is as far back as we have pre-release data for, which is pretty far back, it had a value of $29.99. And then May 10th, it went to $27.83, where it stayed there up until May 16th. And then as the days have gone on up until pre-release, it continued to drop, and we only have data up until May 19th. However, I think it's fair to say that it's probably at around the $15.48 cent mark USD. It'll probably stay there. If anything, I think this card will move down. I can see it probably going for around $10 as its base price for quite some time. I'm gonna assume around 10, but that would be my guess. Then number 14, we have the Dragapult EX Ultra Rare. This is the full art terrestrialized card. It's Dragapult here in its super cool like I said, terrestrialized form. It's pretty nice looking. It's a very shiny card, and the colors are very they accent each other very well. We actually managed to pull this card in one of our openings. It's really nice. So May 8th, again, as far back as we have data for, is $26.66. May 9th, $24.66, kind of goes back up a little bit. May 10th, $25.53. It looks like its peak was here on May 20th at $37.20, and then May 23rd did drop down to $21.32. I really don't see this card being that expensive for that long. I do kind of see it going sub $10. I don't know, maybe a bold claim here. Probably $7.50, $8. Probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month is when we'll see this card drop, but I really don't see this card going any higher in value. So yeah, I would say $7.50 or $8. Then in number 13, we have the Sinistcha EX special illustration rare. Features Sinistcha here in what looks like to be an attic of some sort or something like that. Maybe not even an attic, because here we can see somebody reading, or at least what looks like to be a scrapbook or something like that. It's actually pretty neat artwork. The colors are fantastic. The green from Sinistcha really stands out. So yeah, we have as far back as May 16th here, $32.09 on May 16th, and it kind of maintains that until May 21st, and then it starts to drop off. We have here May 22nd, $26.25. We have here May 23rd, $22.47. Then finally May 24th, $21.74. It's a little tricky with this card. I'm gonna say probably around the $15 mark is what I see this card staying at. I don't know that Sinistcha, it's nice artwork. I just don't know that Sinistcha has that kind of popularity and hold around it. And as nice as the artwork is, it's not that amazing compared to other artworks in this set. So I just feel like I'm getting a $15 probably guess on this one. Could it go below that potentially? Could it be above that? I don't think so, but I hope I'm wrong. Then coming in at number 12, we have the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. This is the special illustration rare. So you'll see this with all of the Ogerpon cards. It's kind of a close-up, and then it kind of just has, you know, the colors that accent the Pokemon surrounding it in its picture. So here we have Cornerstone Ogerpon EX, and then yeah, it just looks like kind of a sage green, kind of going on gray sort of coloring, bordering it with some yellow and green, and that appears to be pink accents. It's nice artwork. Again, it's, you know, there's nicer artwork, but it is definitely nice. I'm not here to judge the artwork, but I think that's just totally based off of, you know, how appealing the card will be over time. Like, I'm a really big fan of the promo card that comes with the ETBs. That's fantastic artwork. And again, I'm not here to slander any artwork or anything like that. I think in terms of how far this card can go in terms of its artwork, that's something we have to judge these cards on as well. So May 14th is where we have some value for $49.50. Then May 16th drops down to $47.62. Stays there till May 18th. Then May 19th drops to $44.12, stays there until May 20th, and then it just kind of plummets as probably expected. May 21st, $41.48, 22nd, $37.76, 23rd, $31.38, and then finally May 24th, $24.74. I'm gonna probably say this card will be around the $15 to $20 mark. That's where I think it will land. I think it's gonna continue to go down, probably closer to 15. We'll go, I don't know, $16, $17, I think, for the near future, I think is what it'll probably end up landing at. Then coming up next, we have the Kieran Trainer Special Illustration Rare card. Here we have the Trainer Kieran, which I believe, forgive me, I don't quite remember the DLCs, the names that came out with Scarlet and Violet. Was it Ground Zero or something like that? I don't fully remember, but I do know that this guy, and then I believe it's his sister. Again, I didn't play the DLC, but him and his sister, I think, are kind of the center focus of that DLC. Anyways, so here you have the little boy. He's wearing his teal mask, Ogerpon mask, I guess, and Pikachu. It looks really nice. It's like a parade or a festival of some sort. It is a really nice card. If you're into trainer cards, I think it would be fantastic. Pick up. The colors are spot on here. We have data going back as far as May 12th, $45, and it kind of stays there until May 16th, and then it drops off. May 17th, $41.18, stays there May 18th, drops down May 19th, and then we kind of hold off here. May 21st, $39.04. Over here, May 23rd, $31.41. It looks like it's starting to have a small rebound back up though. So May 24th, $32.05. So trainer cards, the trainer special illustration rares, unless it's a really good Pokemon, like the actual Pokemon itself, the SIRs for trainers I think tend to perform a little bit better than the Pokemon. It does depend on the Pokemon though, I will say that, and it depends on if it's a girl or a boy featured on the card. However, with this card, I don't know, I think the Pokemon SIRs have a higher ceiling, but I think the trainers have a higher floor. So I don't know. I don't think this card will stay at around the $32 mark, even though it does look like it's going up. I could see it kind of hanging out around the $25 mark for the short term. Then coming up next, we have the Hearth Flame Mask Ogerpon EX Special Illustration Rare. So kind of continuing with what I was saying. As you can see, it's kind of like a close-up of the Pokemon, and then the background, as brief it is kind of accents and details trying to accents and details that try to just make the Pokemon pop, which totally makes sense. This one, actually really nice artwork. Again, they're all nice artworks, but it's kind of almost like a stained glass look to it, which is very interesting. So yeah, I mean, over here, May 16th had a value of $52.38. Kind of stayed there until May 18th, dropped down May 19th to $50.11. Stayed there till May 20th. May 21st dropped down to $47.90. May 22nd dropped down to $46.32, and then it kind of continued to drop down there. May 23rd, $37, then finally May 24th, $33.62. I think this one will be around the same as the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX card. I'm trying to remember the call I made for that one. I think, what did I say, around the $20 mark? I think that's probably what this one will be around too. I'm gonna probably say I think it'll land at the $20 and stay around there. Might even drop down to like 18 or something, but yeah, my call for now will be the $20 mark. Number 9 on the list is the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon EX Special Illustration Rare card. Again, it sounds like a broken record, but we have the Ogerpon Wellspring Mask, the Pokemon that's actually featured on here. And then, yeah, we just have some nice details and accents that really make the Pokemon itself pop. It is a very nice card, very nice set of cards. Yeah, so May 14th had a value of $61.98. Stayed there until May 18th. Then it dropped May 19th to $56.59. May 20th it stayed there, and then it drops again May 21st to $52.84. May 22nd, $51.01. Then it has a big plummet May 23rd to $35.96. And right now it's sitting at $35.09. Yeah, I'm gonna, depending on playability, might make the call $20 to $25. Yeah, it's a little tricky. I know some of these Ogerpon SIRs are gonna have certain playability over other ones. I'm not fully familiar with the playability factor, but eventually it's gonna rotate out of it's gonna be out of rotation with the actual TCG, the competitive play. So I think no matter what, that'll affect it. I'm assuming this one is a little bit higher up, maybe because the artwork is more favored, or maybe because there's actually some more playability with this one. But I will say, yeah, I'd probably go between the $20 to $25 mark is where I think this one's gonna land. Coming up next, we have the Eevee illustration rare card. This is really, really nice and kind of like adorable artwork. You know what I mean? Like, you have a bunch of Eevees here just chilling in what looks like to be a living room, hanging out, making a mess, playing around. It's really nice artwork. A lot of people love Eevee, including myself. A lot of Eevee collectors out there. So yeah, if we take a look, May 7th is as far back as we have data for, which I think is the furthest that we've seen so far, $24.99. And actually, this might even be the first card that trends upward from pre-release. May 11th, $25.59. May 12th, $29.12. May 13th, $33.23. Stays there for May 14th and then slowly elevates. May 18th, $39.11. And it looks like its peak is over here on May 21st at $47.21. It does drop down on May 23rd to $24.01, but it does look like it's on its way back up. It's currently sitting at $35.93. So it's a really nice card, and I would actually love to pick up this card or pull it. The tricky part is I just don't see this card having that. I don't think it's going to maintain the $24.99 price, even though it does look like it's going up. I kind of see it having a similar price range to the starters in Pokemon 151, where it's probably going to sit around 20 USD, if I had to guess. It could even go up to like 25 for a bit, but yeah, I really think with this card, I think it's going to go down to 20 USD, and I think it's probably going to stay around there. All right, coming in on number 7 for this list, we have the Lana's Aid Special Illustration card. Very interesting artwork. It's kind of like that, well, as funny as it sounds, it's kind of like the illustrated or like sketched out kind of art style, which is really, really fascinating, almost like a color in the lines, color in kind of artwork to it, which is really neat. But yeah, we have Lana over here, and then we have Surskits, 2 Surskits, and then we have Corfish, and I think that's a Pokemon there. I just can't quite make out what it is right now, but it is neat artwork. I always find though that the artwork like this, kind of the sketched artwork, it doesn't necessarily hold as well as what we've seen, for example, the Kieran illustration rare, and then some cards that are going to be coming up too. It doesn't exactly hold up its value as much. I guess maybe just due to, it's gonna sound weird, but maybe the lack of realism. I know they're all illustrated, or it's all artwork, right? But I guess this one even further, the lack of anyways, the lack of realism. So May 17th, $73.49. That is a chunk of change, and it kind of stays there till May 21st. That is a very expensive, very expensive trainer card, but it does drop down May 22nd to $61.74. Then May 23rd, $43.57, and right now it's at $41.18. A little bit tricky of a card. I might make the call of $25 is where I think this one will end up going to. Beyond then, so far I don't really predict anything is going up, and I don't even think that would be the right call for anything to go up, as it's day 2 of release for Twilight Masquerade, so we're still in the big inflation and the price surge era. Everybody wants, there's a really high demand, so people will pay whatever for it, right? But yeah, I don't really see this card going past the $25 mark. Coming in at number 6, we have the Buddy Buddy Poffin Hyper Rare card. This is also the gold card. And if you watched our, I believe it was our ETB and triple blister pack opening, you would know that this is the, our best pull so far from the set. However, there is more to come for pulls, so stay tuned. More pack openings for Twilight Masquerade. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I was pretty thrilled when I pulled it. I know it was around $80 or $90 Canadian at the time. I think if you were to do the exchange rate, it's definitely dropped in value, as 45.77 does not quite equal $80 Canadian. Thank God for that. But yeah, May 14th, it would kind of suck if it did equal that, I tell you that much. But May 14th, it had a value of $78.95. May 16th is where it stayed up until then. It even went up to $81.71 on May 17th, dropped back down a little bit. May 19th, $80.96, stays there till May 21st, and then just kind of plummets. May 22nd, $68.51. May 23rd, $46.89, and it does look like it's on its way down. And unfortunately for me, I really do think this is a card where there might be a lot of playability to it, and it might be really fancy and coveted and desired because it's a gold card that has playability. But I don't know. I think so far with what we've seen from gold cards, unless it's like a really desired Pokemon, the gold trainer cards don't really hold that crazy of a value. I mean, I can kind of see this going down to the $15. I know that's probably the biggest jump we've called yet, but I can kind of see the 15 USD mark is where this one will drop to. Maybe $20 if I'm lucky, if we're all lucky, maybe $20. But yeah, I might make the call on 15 USD for this one. The 5th last card on this set is the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX Special Illustration Rare, and this is actually the last Ogerpon SIR card on this list too, the 4th of 4. It's actually also my favorite card, and I think there's a really good reason for that, and I think there's a really good reason why it's also the highest Ogerpon card, is because I think the artwork on this one is the most astounding, or at the very least, just the way the colors are. They pop the most, with the greens and the yellows and the vibrant, I guess the vibrant yellows, right? The almost deep blues. It's such beautiful artwork, and the way it's laid out, everything about it, it's super fantastic. I would love to pull this card. I mean, there's a card coming up. It might even be in the number 1 spot that I would love to pull even more. But Teal Mask Ogerpon EX May 16th started out at $69.57. May 17th drops to $69.03. Stays there till May 18th. May 19th, $68.31. Stays there till May 20th. May 21st starts to go down. May 22nd, we see it go down a little more at $66.22. May 23rd, $62.32, and then right now, May 24th, I guess that was, as of recording this yesterday, $55.43, but has not had that severe of a drop compared to other cards that we've seen so far. But yeah, $55.43 is where it is right now. I think it's a really nice card, honestly. I mean, I would like to say this card will probably drop to $40. I think it could hold strong at the $40 mark. Worst case, $35, but I'm going to make the call on probably $40. All right, coming up next, 4th last, and probably a fan favorite, we have the Perrin Special Illustration Rare card. It features the trainer Perrin, who again, I'm pretty sure is from the, pretty sure all these things are from the DLC for Scarlet and Violet. Anyways, all these cards, or at least most of them, the aroma, the artwork, the aesthetic, the settings, that's the word I was looking for. I'm pretty sure they're all from the DLC. But we have the trainer Perrin here in what looks like to be a green forest with the light shining down on them. And then we have the camera here taking a picture of what looks like to be a Hisuian Growlithe. Very nice artwork, honestly. And if you are a trainer collector, if you collect trainer cards, I feel like this would make a great one to add to the set. Probably also considered a waifu card, if I had to guess. So anyways, May 13th, $58.81 is where it started. Stay there till May 15th, then a massive jump up May 16th to $79.57. Kind of stays there up until May 19th, drops down a little bit May 20th to 78.18, a little more on May 21st, and then May 22nd goes to $68.81. Then over here on May 23rd hits its low, $55. It does look like it's on the rebound back up. May 24th, $60.18. Now, I might make the call on this one as well. Probably around the $40 mark is what I'm going to guess. I think it's going to go down another $20 probably when all the dust is settled. But time will only tell. Again, with trainer cards for the special illustrations, it's a little tricky to make calls on. Because right now I don't think any of them have insane values, maybe besides the Iono. But if we look at the Miriam dropped down a lot. So who knows what's going to happen exactly with the Perrin, but my call is $40. Alright, the third last card, we have the Blood Moon Ursaluna EX Special Illustration Rare card. It's actually some really fantastic artwork. We have the Ursaluna here who looks like it's drinking / eating, however you ingest honey. But it looks like it's eating, drinking honey over here coming from, what is that, like a tree or a beehive or something. Then we have some teddy ursas behind it, kind of in awe. And then we have the Munchlax over here patiently waiting for his turn. It's really nice artwork, kind of tells a story. Very adorable, again, similar to the Eevees. Now, it started May 8th at $99.99. We'll call it $100, why not? $100 May 12th. Goes down to May 13th, $85.90. Whoops. Then 14th drops down even more. Does a little dip here on 16th, $81.07. Goes back up. And then it really starts to drop down here. $80.22 on May 22nd. Then May 23rd, $65.78. And then right now, sitting at $61.99. I think it's fantastic artwork. I just don't know if this card is going to kind of maintain that kind of value. I'm gonna say $40 again. I know a bit of a cop out, keep saying 40, but for now I think it's a safer call to go with 40, maybe $35 as well when the dust is settled. Alright, the second last card and the second most valuable from Twilight Masquerade thus far, day 2 of its release. We have the Carmine Special Illustration Rare Trainer card. Here it features Carmine. If you couldn't tell, I'm pretty sure this is Kieran's brother. We saw Kieran, I believe he was number 5 on this list or something. But this would be Carmine. I'm assuming it's Kieran's sister. They have the same kind of hair thing going on where they have no nose, but they have hair instead. Anyways, it's really nice artwork though. I mean, I think what makes it pop the most is the lighting. The illustrator, N. Marikura, he really nailed the lighting on this one. You can kind of see the reflections off of all of the shiny surfaces and the way the lights are dimmed in the background. It's fantastic, actually. It's really nice artwork. Yeah, so $120 on May 8th. Holy moly. And then it goes there May 15th, $120. May 16th, $112.49. Kind of goes down May 18th, $106.99. May 21st, $105.87, and then we have the big dip here, May 22nd, $96.73, May 23rd, $75.86, all the way down from $120. It does look like it's rebounding back up, but again, I'll go $40 to $45 is where I think this card will go. I you know what though, I actually really do think the Perrin is going to overtake this card. We're going to see in the next week, this is all going to shift around. We're going to see cards that are not here on this list, and we're going to see a lot of these cards just move spaces. I think the Perrin is going to beat this card, and I don't remember the call I made for the Perrin. I think I said 40. I might say 45 for Perrin now. I might change it up, and I might put Carmine at $40 to be completely honest with you. The artwork is fantastic for this one, but I think the Perrin card has a little more to it. It's tough though. These are both fantastic cards. Okay, 40 to 45 for both. I think that's very fair. These are just fantastic artworks. And last but certainly not least, the most valuable card for this set, and I think it's gonna stay there too, to be completely honest with you, is the Greninja EX Special Illustration Rare card. This is most definitely my chase card. I can promise you that. I would love to pull this card. It's such fantastic artwork. We have the Greninja here, terastallized, and yeah, just look at this. It almost looks like paint splatter or something just shooting out in all directions. In a weird way, it sort of reminds me of the Giratina from Lost Origin. Not necessarily the way it looks, but what they were going for, I guess. Kind of the splash and the chaos that is surrounding the Pokemon. Just fantastic artwork. I love it. 1 month ago, so May 15th, $140.99. On May 16th, whoops, it goes to $158.17. May 17th, $152.67, drops down a little more, $147.38. May 19th, $146.66. Then on May 20th, we see $126.49. And then right now it's at $110.03. Now, I will say, unfortunately, I think this is a sub $100 card. I don't think it's time in the spotlight. I think it's going to stay at number 1, but I don't think it's going to be above $100. My call is a $70 card. I think it'll probably stay around 70. If it's lucky, 75. If it's not lucky, 65. But I think that's my call for the Greninja EX SIR. $70, and it's going to stay on top of the Twilight Masquerade values.
So everybody, there you have it. There were the top 15 most valuable pulls on day 2 of Twilight Masquerade. Like I said, this list is going to completely shift in the next week. Things are going to rise, things are going to fall, things are going to get booted out of the top 15, things are going to get added to the top 15. It's going to be crazy. This is what it is for now. My big call, though, I do think Greninja is going to stay at the top. We're going to see a lot of those cards at the bottom move out and get swapped around. And we're going to see a lot of the cards in the middle swap places with each other 100%. And we'll see. I really don't think any of these cards are going to go up. I think they're at their, they're in their falling grace right now. They'll probably fall for a bit, then they might go up. I'm pretty confident with most of the calls that I made, but time will only tell where these go. And who knows how long it will take for them to get there. My guess is probably around a month, but like I said, time will only tell. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the set as a whole, where the prices are right now, and what are your calls for a lot of these cards in the set. I'd love to know it all. Let me know down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.